Hariyam all. We'll start with the prayer. Kindly sit in a comfortable posture, back straight, eyes closed, palms on the knees. Kindly hold Chin Mudra, Dhyan Mudra. We'll chant Guru Mantra. We keep our mind on Guru's feet and take his blessings. Gurur Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Gurur Deva Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Akantamantalaakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Dhyanamoolam Gurur Murti Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa. Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa. We'll chant 3 times Om. Have a deep inhalation. We'll chant Patanjali Sloka. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Chavaidhyakena Yopa Karotam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranatosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakrasidharinam Sahasra Shirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Srimate Anantaya Nagarajaya Namo Namah. Hariyam. Welcome back to the session. So today we'll be going through the overview of Sadhana Pada. So this analogy we already explained. This is just to remember how the 4 padas are connected. You can either enter through Sadhana Pada. You can follow whatever mentioned in Sadhana Pada, take those tools and travel, or you take from Samadhi Pada. The both if you take, you go either way, you naturally attain lot of powers, siddhis. That is called Vibhuti Pada. Like we would have heard like yogis flying, walking on water. Any small to bigger siddhis, any kind of powers are discussed in Vibhuti Pada. If you don't misuse your power, then you will attain Kaivalyam, which is Mukti, Moksha, self-realization. That is explained in Kaivalya Pada. So this is just a picture to remember, have a clarity about what are the padas to understand it. Now we are going to get into Sadhana Pada. So to whom the Sadhana Pada is applicable? So you have 2 kids in the photo. One is a regular normal kid, other is a hyperactive kid. Now you want to get work done with both of them. Will you follow the same technique? You will follow differently, right? Because the other kid will just simply, if you say the kid will follow, the hyperactive kid needs more action. You need to engage the kid in some activity, then only that hyperactive kid will follow our words. Similarly, sadhana pada is for people who have compulsions in life. Many of us, or many people we know, we have a lot of compulsions, right? We think we have freedom. No, actually it is not freedom. We have a lot of compulsions. What are the compulsions? When you get in weekends, we want to go out. Just go to cinema, shopping, or vacation every 3 months or 6 months or end of the year. This has become compulsion. If we simply need rest, when 5 days, 6 days you work, one day you can simply take rest, but the mind will not listen to us. The mind is super active. So you need to engage the mind. If you ask the mind to sit relaxed, it will not sit. It has to get tired. So sadhana pada is for people with these compulsive mind. They need action. So we have tools for people who are like a kind of, need always some action oriented people. You cannot make them to sit in one place. Then we have solution in sadhana pada. So this is a flow chart. We are not going through. We're going to go through now. At stages we are going to see. You can just watch the colors. Whatever colors we are given, it falls under that unit. We are grouped based on the colors. You can see the first 2 sutras in orange color. Then you have blue, light blue. Then you have again the kind of orange, then green. So we have grouped so that it is easy for us to see the overview and also to recollect. Okay, we'll be going through it. So sadhana pada provides 2 solutions. Samadhi pada we have seen many solutions, right? Practice, detachment, shraddha, Ishwar Pranidhana. Then you have 8 tools. Many tools we have seen. In sadhana pada, you have only 2 tools. The first tool is called Kriya Yoga. Second tool is called Ashtanga Yoga. That means if you are little more matured, you can get into Ashtanga Yoga. If you feel that is easy, or if you feel, no, I am an action-oriented person, I always, my work is first for me. Then if you are that kind of a person, passionate about your work, then you can very well use Kriya Yoga. You can employ the techniques mentioned in Kriya Yoga in your day-to-day activities. So these are the 2 tools. There is no other tool. Only 2 tools in sadhana pada. So we will see the first 2 sutras talks about Kriya Yoga. The first 2 sutras talks about Kriya Yoga. So first thing is, if you are a disciple, you are meeting a master, what's the question you will ask generally? What is Kriya Yoga, master? There is some other basic question is there. Due to lack of time, we cannot discuss that. Let's start here. So the disciple asks the guru, because we want to remember in terms of Guru Sishya dialogue, so that we remember the essence for a long time. So what is Kriya Yoga, master? That will be the question. So Kriya Yoga means tapas, swadhyaya, Ishwar Pranidhana. If you follow tapas, if you follow swadhyaya, if you follow Ishwar Pranidhana. People who are new to Sanskrit, don't worry. We are going to explain in simple words. So nothing to worry about if you come across a Sanskrit word, because in our 6 months course, we inject it very slowly so that people are very comfortable. So people who don't know anything about Yoga Sutra, I don't know anything in Sanskrit, nothing to worry. We will do our best to make it understand. So Kriya Yoga consists of tapas, swadhyaya, and Ishwar Pranidhana. What is tapas? Now tapas means the austerity, very severe practice you follow to attain something. Many meanings to it. What we are having meaning here is, if you do any yogic technique, you will generate a kind of heat. That heat we call as tapas. Tapas means you generate some kind of heat or energy by doing yogic practices. That energy will burn out all your impurities in the mind and body. That is called tapas. There are different meaning. When we, here we are just taking only the gross meaning of each and every word. Swadhyaya. What is Swadhyaya? Swadhyaya means self-study. You have to introspect yourself and seek the truth within. Generally, these are the 2 things which falls under Swadhyaya. One is reading any scriptures and chanting, doing japa. How come reading scriptures can be as Swadhyaya? When you read Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, or any text, you reflect that in your life. You start pondering over it. How this has happened? What is this? What is that? You start relating to your life and you start learning more. We get more maturity. That is what the result of reading scriptures. Other is Om chanting or any kind of chanting with japa, because when you close your eyes and do japa, what are you doing? Are you going outside or inside? Going inside, right? Not going outside. So when you go inside, who is there inside? The Purusha, the Atma, the soul is there. When you travel inside, you will know about your own self. So this is called as Swadhyaya. Ishwar Pranidhana, many of us know. Ishwar Pranidhana means complete surrender. There is a Ishwar Pranidhana in Samadhi Pada. What is this Ishwar Pranidhana? The meaning is same, but how we are going to apply is different. See, for example, suppose you are a teacher or you are a doctor or any profession, let's take. You don't have time to get into, spend more time into yoga. What you can do? You can follow Tapas, Swadhyaya, Ishwar Pranidhana. Tapas, you can do some practice. Whatever practice, yoga practice, half an hour, 45 minutes or 20 minutes, you can do that. Then you can also do Swadhyaya. We can understand this in two ways. Either you can read any scriptures or you can do chanting, or it is like you can introspect. You can always ask question. What is this? What is this? Am I doing right or wrong? I'm walking in this path. Is that right or wrong? Am I going in the right path? Can I improve myself better? If you start thinking about it, you can always do that in your job. In fact, tapas also you can take in a different way. Like you can make your job as tapas. You're working 8 hours. Looking for weekend is very sad, right? When you look for weekend, the 5 days will be bitter. Only you want the 2 days to be sweeter. You can make the 5 days as holiday if you take and do your work as tapas. Do your work in such a way that is your only goal. So you can dedicate yourself to the work, which you can call as tapas, and you can self-question yourself, keep on improving. You can do Swadhyaya. You surrender yourself totally to the work. In the sense, don't always work towards the result. Okay, just decide, I want to do this, I want to get this result. Put yourself 100% into the work. Suppose the result comes upside down, don't bother. Just if you think for some time and understand what mistake you have done, keep going. That means you are okay to accept anything, whatever result comes, but you are not lazy. You are putting all your effort. So you can understand this tapas, swadhyaya, Ishwar Pranidhana from spiritual point of view as well as day-to-day work point of view. But generally, in Yoga Sutras, everything is given from spiritual point of view. Because people always ask, can I use what sutra is there for therapy? Can I use this sutra, that sutra? You cannot use any sutra because it is not meant to have a lower application. Everything is meant for self-realization. So that is how it is written. So if you find Ashtanga Yoga means 8 limbs, right? If you find that is too much for me, I cannot follow everything. You follow only Tapas, Swadhyaya, Ishwar Pranidhana, like we have said, from spiritual point of view. You do yoga, whatever yogic techniques, asana, pranayama, you read scriptures, you start doing chanting, and you surrender yourself to God. Whatever comes, God gives, right? What is the problem in accepting? It is good for me. He knows what to give me, right? When you do this, the surrender will happen. So, the second sutra is, what is the benefit? What do you ask generally? Okay, what is Kriya Yoga? Understood, master. What is the benefit of Kriya Yoga? If you do Kriya Yoga, the kleshas will be reduced. What are kleshas? Kleshas means impurities in the mind. The impurities will come down. You will be taken towards the path of samadhi. That means you will have a better perception of life. You will get into higher practices. You should understand, klesha is not removed. Klesha reduces. Impurities can only be reduced, cannot be taken out. Now the new word kleshas. What will you ask if you are a seeker? Kleshas, what is it, master? What are kleshas? Now, the kleshas the sutras are dedicated from 3 to 9. The third sutra talks about 5 kleshas and 4 to 9 talks about each and every klesha. You can see the master klesha here. Who is master klesha? Avidya. Very special. He is the underworld dawn. So for him, 2 sutras. Such a powerful person. So for him, 2 sutras are there. So this is, remember the tree. If you remember the tree, it's very easy to remember the kleshas. The bottommost is called avidya. Avidya means the proper word is, the meaning is lack of spiritual knowledge. Lack of spiritual knowledge, avidya. When you have avidya, then all other kleshas will naturally come. They are like branches. Asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. What is asmita? Ego. The typical word meaning of ego, what we know as ego, that ego. Raga, attachment. Dvesha, hatred. Abhinivesha, fear. Fear of death. So these are the 5 kleshas. We will see now the 4th and 5th. What is the importance of avidya? We'll see. What is avidya? How it is very important. So why it is very important is avidya is the breeding ground. You can see the dirty water getting stagnated near me, nearby my house, for example. Then I will get all kind of mosquitoes, house flies, and all other insects, right? Suppose this water is not there. Will I get all those mosquitoes there? I will not get. So this is a breeding ground. Avidya is that stagnant, dirty water. So if you have that avidya, you will get all other impurities naturally. And these impurities are all the impurities are in 4 levels. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Level 1 is like seed. Level 4 is like big tree. That means you can have the impurities in your mind very small like a seed or big like a banyan tree. So what is avidya? Exactly what is avidya means? This is the classical explanation. Thinking impermanent as permanent. Thinking impure as pure. And thinking pain as pleasure. Experiencing pain as pleasure. Experiencing the non-self as self. What is this? The life is very impermanent, right? We are not going to live here now more than 100 years. Or maybe 100, 110 if at all, maximum. We are going to here live for very small time. But are we experiencing that way? If something happens to someone, we always think nothing will happen to me. Every year we celebrate birthday. But the moment we celebrate, we cross 1 year, we are 1 more year close to our expiry date. We are not telling like not to celebrate, but let's celebrate. But we should have that understanding. Every year moves. It is not the time. It is my life moving. I keep on coming closer to my expiry date. So I am impermanent. But in my experience, I feel I am permanent. This body is impure. This mind is impure. But we feel it is pure, right? We like our body. We like other bodies, others' minds. You know, all the things we like. But it is so impure. But we feel in our experience it is pure. Pain, pleasure, many things gives me pleasure. Like all negative habits gives pleasure. But end of the day, the negative habits ends in pain. Self as non-self. I bought a car. I have a big bungalow. If something happens to any of my properties, I am worried as if something happened to me. My car and bungalow or my properties are not me. The Purusha, the soul is only me. But I feel those things are me. I get identified with all the materialistic thing. So this is thinking non-self, which is not me. But I feel it is me. What are other kleshas, master? What is asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha? The question is that. So what is asmita? Asmita is a wrong identification. See, suppose you are a doctor or you are an advocate or you are a chief minister, you are a prime minister, whatever it is you are the director of a company. See, those things are all the cap you are wearing for a temporary time, right? When you come back home, your role is different. You may be a father, mother, brother, sister. That is also in a way it is a role. Before you are all those things, whatever role you have taken, Before that, you are yourself. I am me. What is that me? Something beyond my body, beyond my mind, something is there inside. That is the real me. If we get identified with the real me, no problem. But what happens generally? When somebody is director in their company, when they come home also, they never smile, they never get down to from the seriousness. They always behave to their official role. There are many people. They get identified with their position. They are very proud to say, I am this, I am this, I am that. If we get identified with anything materialistically, that is called ego, because that is a wrong identification. Say, I am this Purusha, this soul, but instead of that, I feel I am a businessman, I am a male, I am this by this profession, I am a teacher, whatever it is. This is wrong identification. This wrong identification is called asmita. What is raga? Raga means attachment. See, we get attached to whatever we like. Suppose one day you went, there was a local restaurant in your town. Very good restaurant. You went and had one day breakfast. Excellent breakfast. You never ate breakfast like this. Next day, you are going that place. What will come to your mind? You think, yesterday I had a very nice food. Can I have it today also? Why you got attached to it? Because yesterday you had it, your mind enjoyed it, you enjoyed the pleasure that has gone and stored in your mind. Your mind wants to come again and again to that place so that it can have the pleasure. So you are attached to what you like. You are attached to what you enjoy. The moment you enjoy or like something, you will get attached to it. Whatever you get attached, you have suffering. That is a beautiful way to involve yourself totally into what you do and not get attached to it. What is dvesha? Dvesha means hatred. That means whenever you have pain, you start hating. Suppose the same restaurant you went first day, the breakfast was horrible and the price is too much price and horrible breakfast. Next time when you cross that road, what will you think? You will be hating that restaurant. What a thing they have done. They charged me so much, but they gave me lousy food. You complain, like, so you will hate. Like if you take a kid first time to a clinic, the kid was thinking it is so you are going someplace, some shopping. It never went to a doctor's place. First time you get to the kid to the doctor place and put an injection. The kid will start crying. After injection, it cries. Next time when you say we will go to doctor's place, the kid will start crying immediately. Why? First time I experienced the pain. The injection has created a pain to me. This time I will not come. So wherever you feel there is a pain, you experience a pain, you will start hating it. Next one is called abhinivesha. It is fear of death. Everyone has fear of death, right? Anybody here? I don't fear about my death. We love God. Suppose God comes today. You love me so much. I also love you so much. Please come back to me today by 12 midnight. Will we go? Will we be happy? We will say, no. Why today? Why me? I have a lot of work. We will start showing a big list. So much work I have. I cannot come today. I will come tomorrow. That tomorrow never comes, right? Tomorrow God comes, you will say same thing tomorrow. So we don't want to go. But we say we love God. Because the fear of death, this is very natural to every creature. Don't think like only human being we have. Every one of us kill so many, so many mosquitoes, right? Today, this is now winter. You have a lot of mosquitoes. You are taking the mosquito bat, okay, trying to chase a mosquito. The mosquito think you are God. I will surrender myself to your mosquito bat. Will it say? No, it starts flying. The mosquito knows that you are trying to kill it. It starts flying. So the fear of death is there for everyone because it is for self-preservation. Without this fear, I cannot survive. Every creature, right? Every creation needs to survive. It cannot survive. So this is given naturally to all the creature, but we have the possibility to overcome it. So how to avoid these kleshas, master? The question is, I understood about kleshas, how to avoid. So the master says, the 10th sutra says, you have to avoid these kleshas in their origin. That means the moment the impurity comes to your mind, please stop there. You know, the kids in school and colleges, they start having, for fun, they start having a bad habit. Somebody scribbling, Kamal, my name. So please. So in the college or school, casually you start developing, the kids start developing a habit that becomes addiction in future. So it's better to stop when something starts. If I get one bad thought, it is better to address that in the origin rather than allowing it to go become a tree. How to address it? What technique I should follow? The technique we should follow is meditation. If we follow meditation, then we can start addressing these impurities. So again, all coming back to dhyana. So if you start doing all the practices, meditation or whatever yogic techniques, how it is addressed, the kleshas are, first the fear will be addressed, then hatred will address, then attachment, then asmita, ego, then avidya. So this is like you want to attack a kingdom. Will you go and attack the king directly? No, right? You need to cross the soldiers. You need to cross the big army of elephants, horses, many things. Then a commander, chief commander. Then you reach a king. Similarly, the king is avidya, the bad king, a main culprit. So if you want to address him, you cannot address directly. You need to cross all these things. That means if you do yogic practices, naturally the kleshas are addressed this way, from fear to avidya. So now you can see here this flow chart. You can see at top 2.1, 2.2. The first two sutras talks about, first says 3 parts of Kriya Yoga. Second talks about what Kriya Yoga does, benefits of Kriya Yoga. Now it reduces kleshas. That's what it says. So what is klesha? What are kleshas? Now you can say kleshas here, impurities of the mind. What are the types of kleshas? There are 5 kleshas: avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. How to silence the kleshas? We already said you can only silence the kleshas, you cannot remove it. So that we need to talk a lot to make it understand. Now, as of now, let's understand we can only silence the kleshas. How to silence it? 10 and 11 sutra. Suppose if you don't silence the kleshas, if you are not bothered about your impurities, what happens? Consequences of kleshas. The impurities will express itself in many ways. That's what we are going to see in the next 3 sutras. Master, what happens if I don't address my kleshas? If I do not do meditation, don't address. The master says the accumulated kleshas will be experienced in this janma or next janma. So you can see the picture. This is called law of karma. So nothing will happen to me, right? I will push the slab, but nothing will happen to me, right? If I think nothing will happen, I am a fool, right? Because whatever I do, it is going to come back to me. This is the law of karma. So in 12th sutra, it says the accumulated impurities. If you have a lot of impurities in your mind, you will experience the consequence either in this janma or next janma. How I am going to get a next janma? By law of karma, those things will come in search of me based on my punya and papa. One second. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the accumulated kleshas will be experienced in this janma or next janma. So how in next janma? This janma I understand. How would the next janma? He says klesha produces 3 things in the future birth. That means the kind of birth. What kind of birth? Whether you will come back as a human being or an animal or like a plant? We don't know. So according to the class of birth and span of life and your experiences. See, span of life is, in yoga, we always say your life is fixed on number of breaths, not by number of years. So number of breaths. So span of life, so much breath you should have. And it depends on you whether you are going to extend it or you want to live anxiously and exhaust all your breath. And experiences. Based on your papa and punya, accordingly you will get that kind of birth, that kind of span of life, that kind of experiences. Whether everything will be painful, the question is, the 14th Sutra, it says, the birth, span of life and experiences will be pleasant or painful based on my punya or papa. If I do good deeds, punya, I will get pleasant things. If I do papa, the bad deeds, then I will get lot of suffering. This is explained in the 14th Sutra. So pain or pleasure based on my punya or papa. Oh, papa, when the bad deed comes, I'm going to suffer. So what is suffering? Can you please explain more about it, master? The master says the dukkha, suffering is caused by 3. We're not going to see that 3. Suffering is caused, but for a wise man, everything is suffering. How wise man everything is suffering? Now you can see here, there's a kid crying here. Suppose the kid lost its parents. It went for some shopping or something. The kid disconnected from its parents and the kid keep on crying. Now the police officer has come. Suppose the police officer gives sweet, chocolate. Will you stop crying? Suppose if you are a kid, will you say, okay, very nice, you gave me chocolate, I don't want my mother. Will you say that? Not possible, right? You ask for the mother. Suppose police officer gives you toys, many things. Still you will start crying, asking for your mother. You are not ready to settle anything less than your mother. You want only your mother. Similarly, for a yogi, whether you give 10 kg of gold or 10 kg of iron or stone, both are same for him. We enjoy living in a golden cage, right? The iron cage we don't like, but we love to live in a golden cage. That's what we are in. Having a lot of properties and lot of earning materialistically, we enjoy what we earned. That is a golden cage. So for a yogi, it doesn't matter whether you give lot of money or no money. Everything is dukkha for yogi. Why? A yogi's goal is like this kid. I want to reach my mother. Yogi wants to reach self-realization, attain mukti. That is his only goal. So how to avoid the suffering? Can I avoid the suffering? We can avoid the future suffering. Whatever suffering already started, my karma already started, I cannot do anything much about it, but I can avoid my future karma, the future events. Like I went and played with my friend. I just fell down. I had a lot of scratch in my knee and the blood started oozing out. Can I do anything about it? Can I stop the suffering? No, it already happened. I can just take care so that I pass it to a little gracefully. Otherwise, I cannot avoid the wound. But if I am willing, next time I can play consciously, I can avoid that. Like this is like an example. I put paddy in my field, but I want wheat. Can I get wheat? I cannot get. I sow the paddy seeds. I am getting paddy. The rice I will get. But this time I can harvest. Next time if I want wheat, I can sow the wheat seeds. So the future you can take. Future means not next Janma. Even this Janma, in future, what is about to come, that you can take in your hands and you can come out of suffering. So what is the root cause of all the suffering? Everyone has suffering, right? Anybody here? I don't have any suffering in my life. Nobody, right? We are reading, most of us even reading text, how to come out of suffering. So what is the reason for suffering is, the pain is due to the wrong identification. The pain is due to wrong identification. What is that wrong identification? The Purusha, the soul, is getting identified with the materialistic thing. So what is the remedy? To disassociate them. See, for example, I bought a car. This is my car. Okay, I started traveling inside. This is my car, no problem. I am inside the car. I am not the car, right? Am I the car? I am not the car. This is my car. Similarly, this is my body. Like a car, this body is also an instrument to me to live in this world. So the body belongs to me. I am not the body. Similarly, mind, whatever ideas we gather, whatever opinions we have, whatever likes and dislikes, those things are all we gathered from outside, right? We gathered everything from outside. This is mine. It belongs to me, no doubt. But those things are not me. Why it is not me? I am Purusha. I am this Atma, soul, inside. I am not all these things, body or mind. But when you get identified with your body, with your mind, with your materialistic thing, then that is called as wrong identification. That is wrong because you are Purusha. You are not, you don't have that experience. You get identified with all these things. That is the reason for the pain. How to remove the pain? You remove Purusha and Prakriti. Prakriti means the creation. If you understand what is soul, what is not the soul, if you have clear understanding, then that is the solution. So what is creation is explained in 18th and 19th Sutra. These two sutras talks about creation. We call say as Prakriti or Drishyam. So what is the purpose of creation? So much creation is there, right? So much planets, so many stars, and we have in the earth itself, we have a lot of creation. What is the reason for all this creation? Creation exists for the purpose of experience and liberation of Purusha. What is the purpose of this car? We said, we have taken an example of the car. The purpose of this car is to give me experience and also reach a destination, right? By using the car, I start driving and reach a place. That is one purpose. Second purpose is I will get experience. I can use whatever there in the car. I can use the AC, use the audio system. I enjoy the driving. It gives me all the experience, enjoyment, pleasure, pain, everything. And it helps me to travel and reach the destination. So these are the two purposes of the car. Similarly, the purpose of all the creation is to give experience to this soul or Purusha and also to go beyond and reach self-realization. Next talks about the evolution chart. In our detailed course, we take 1.5 hours to explain only this chart. This is so much in detail. This chart is taken from Sankhya philosophy. Yoga borrows this concept from Sankhya. So it takes a long time to understand. So how to cover in a minute, very difficult. We'll try to just see what is there. You can see the bottom. You understand this Jnanendriyas. Jnanendriya means the 5 senses, sense organs we have. Ears, skin, eyes, tongue and nose. You have Karmendriya, that means action organs. The major action organs which I can do consciously. I cannot put my heart here, liver here, right? Because I am not making my heart and liver to work. It function on its own. But I can move all these organs, the mouth, arms, legs, excretory and reproductive. These things are under my conscious control. So they are called karmendriyas, which I can do karma. I can do action through all these things. These two are input to something called manas. Now here manas means whatever the data registered through the 5 sense organs are stored in the form of memory, in the form of experience, everything in a place called manas. Okay, don't see manas as mind. The English word of mind means chitta. We'll come to that. Manas means whatever your 5 sense organs sees, experience, everything gets stored in a place called manas. Mahabhutas, you know, the 5 bhutas. Space, air, fire, water and earth. Without these 5 major elements, nothing can exist. These 5 elements has come from sound, touch, form, taste and smell. Now it takes a lot of time. How it has come from this, we can explain if you have enough time. So it has come. They are called tanmatras. That means tanmatras gave birth to mahabhutas. So this tanmatras has come from ahamkara. There are 2-3 charts. Little variation will be there. Ahamkara means I-ness. It is not that ego or anything. Ahamkara is my boundary. You know, I have a body because I gathered this body in a definite boundary. If the boundary is not there, I cannot gather the body, right? There is something which gathers me, which is called ahamkara. Buddhi means intellect. Intellect means which will say what is right, what is wrong, all the calculation, thinking process, everything done by buddhi. The whole thing is called chitta. Chitta is much beyond. Chitta means which includes buddhi, ahamkara, manas, but beyond buddhi, ahamkara, manas, there is a larger area of chitta. That is that part of the mind which is unutilized. We are not accessing that in our normal experience. Above that, there is a universal intelligence which is called Mahat. Mahat means universal intelligence. That means how the planets are spinning. There is a universal rule how the stars are working it out, how everything is moving, how everything is working. That is the universal intelligence. Above universal intelligence, if you go, there is something unmanifested. That means it has not born. The unmanifested is there, which is not yet taken, which has not yet manifested. But when it manifests, first thing is Mahat will come first, the loss will come. That means the universal intelligence, how everything has to function. That law will come first. After that, all other things will come. Okay. So it takes a lot of time. It is very interesting. If you have time, you can just browse and check about the evolution chart, but you will not get any detail. If you search wherever it is, because it takes minimum 1 hour to explain. And if you understand, it is very interesting. How come these things are connected, how things are born, how the world has come to existence, those things we can understand. So right side you can forget because too many the Sanskrit words will be there. You forget. First is unmanifested, then rest of things are manifested. They are also have exist in different categories. This is called as the evolution chart. It is explained in 19th Sutra. So you see here, we have seen up to 11. After that, we saw up to 19. Now these three, 12, 13, 14 talks about the consequence of the impurity. If you don't address the negative things in your mind, this consequence will happen. Then dukkha will come. Oh, what is dukkha? 15, 16, 17 talks about dukkha. How dukkha is caused, how to avoid dukkha in future, and how to come out of dukkha. So it says, if you want to come out of dukkha, then this creation, you should understand. What is creation? Drashyam. Talks about 18 and 19 talks about the creation. Now we are going to see from 20 to 23 the connection between drashta and drashyam. That means the creator and the creation. There is a soul inside, there is a creation outside. What is the connection between the soul and the creation? So 20th Sutra says the Purusha, the soul, perceives the world through the mind. Is that true? Whatever you are seeing outside, you're seeing an elephant. The eyes are seeing the elephant. The eyes are passing the image to the brain. The brain or the mind inside gives its meaning, and inside, beyond the mind and the body, there is a soul. So that soul is witnessing everything through the mind only. So what is the purpose of this creation? The purpose of Prakriti, the creation, is to only serve and give experience to Purusha. One more reiteration. He stresses, what is the purpose of all these things? The world? The world has to serve the soul. Whole creation is here to serve the Atma or soul or Purusha. So this is a very important picture. If you want to understand Sadhana Pada, or even this picture comes up to Kaivalya Pada, you can see here. See, this is the world. Okay. The cartoon, whatever we have shown, this is the world. The world, the mind is seeing the world, right? The mind is seeing the world. The Purusha or Atma is seeing the mind. This is how the Atma gets darshan of the world. That means whatever in the world, the eyes are seeing, passing the information to the mind, and the mind is showing things to Purusha or the soul. Now, if the mind is dirty, the mirror is dirty, what happens? If the mirror is so dirty, it cannot reflect the world. The world will not be fully transmitted to the soul, Purusha. So whatever yoga practice we are doing, we are cleaning this mind, cleaning the mirror. If the mirror becomes so clean, then the world will be reflected to the Purusha. Then experience happens. Then once you have enough experience, you are no more interested in the world. Then the world will be off. You will close your eyes. You will start searching inside. You will go towards self-realization. So at present, how we are seeing the world? You see the next picture. Somebody is wearing the specs. Now, everyone, the spec, the glass is the mind, and my mind is the Purusha analogy. I am seeing through the glass. Suppose the glass is blue color. How the world will looks to me? The whole world looks blue to me. I have my own personality, my perception, my ideas. I see the world through my own color. Suppose I see blue, I will say the world is blue. You are wearing a yellow glass. You have your own personality, your own likes and dislikes. You will say the world is yellow. Now we start arguing. I say it is blue, you say it is yellow. Who is right? Both of us are wrong, because we are seeing the world through the colored mind. You know, one picture, if you see everyone, one cinema. If you come out of cinema, if you are 100 people here, we will give 100 different views. Is that true? How come 100 views with one picture, one cinema? Everyone has seen only the same cinema, because I see the cinema from my point of view, from my mind. You see the cinema from your own perspective. That gives the problem. If you see this way, none of us are seeing the world the way it is. We are seeing the world the way we want to see, which is totally wrong. So if the real experience comes, that means if the mind is become clear, the mirror is clear, then the purpose, the Purusha will be there. The Purusha will get very good experience of the world. Then the world will disappear for him, but still appears for others. So these are really deeper concepts. Just try to grasp whatever is possible. Let's say like the world is the horse to me. Okay, I want to reach self-realization. That's a temple. Let's say analogy will take. I am the Purusha. This Purusha, right? The soul is here. The soul is here. This horse is, you can take it, my mind or body or this world. This soul needs this body and mind to travel to the destination, temple. But once the temple comes, I will go inside the temple and I will get mukti. Will the horse will also go? No, horse is there, right? It will be there for others. It will go and pick up others. If you see horse as the world, the prakriti. See, if one yogi is there, the yogi gets mukti. The world is vanished? No, right? In his experience, the world is not there, but for all of us, the world should be there and world is here. So when the Purusha attains self-realization, the world will disappear for him, but the same world will appear for all of us. It will not vanish. So why this union has come? Why this struggle? Who asked me to get birth here? We may ask question. Who made all these things? I'm finding so difficult. I'm getting born in this thing. I'm facing a lot of suffering. The union of Purusha and Prakriti, the union of soul and the body or mind or all the creation is for the soul to discover its own nature and liberate himself. The soul has to liberate. The soul cannot experience without body, without mind, without this world. So soul has taken the human form or any other being form so that it experiences. If you ask question, why for all these things, nobody can answer this question. So what unites? Any of you know why we have come here? What made us to come in this Janma here? This is called avidya. That means the kleshas. See, you should have done punya or papa to come this world, right? If you do more papa also, you can come to next birth. If you do more punya also, you will come. So this we call as samskaras or kleshas. You can call in any way. That means you should have some impurity. Then only you will come and get birth in this world to cleanse yourself. Suppose you are a very clean human being, very clean being, okay, like a yogi. Then you will not come again. If you are so clean, you will attain mukti. You will not come, take birth. Otherwise, you will come and take birth again and again. So, why the soul and the body or mind is united is avidya. Since avidya is there, which is a master culprit, I have a lot of impurities, and due to that impurities, this body, mind, and my soul are united. You can see here in this chart, the glue is there. The glue, you take a paper, Purusha and Prakriti, two paper. You can paste two paper using a glue. This glue is called avidya. Without avidya, you cannot, the Purusha and Prakriti cannot come together.
Balamurli sir.
Yes, ma'am.
One doubt, Bhuvana here. Actually, by you say that.
Ma'am, one thing, can you note on the question? We'll address it late. End.
Sure, yes.
Sorry, ma'am, because we don't have time. Please keep your question. We'll definitely answer.
Okay.
So how to destroy? Because of avidya only I have come here. Because of my impurities only I have come to this world. But how to destroy it? Can you have some tools? Yes, we can remove avidya by employing a tool called discriminative knowledge, which is called viveka khyatihi in Sanskrit. That means it is a tool. You get into the topmost, you get into the highest knowledge. Then that is a tool to employ. What is discriminative knowledge? Is to find difference. Any of us have experience about Purusha? There's a soul. Any of us here experience your soul? No, right? We experience our body. We experience our mind. So this discriminative knowledge means you understanding what is soul, what is body, mind, and you are able to find the difference between these very easily. Like this, you see the picture? They are twins. So, but you can find the difference, right? The skin color is different. This is done by the discriminative knowledge, whatever the gross discriminative knowledge we have. Now, what is the difference in these two pictures? Again, they are twins. Both remain same, but you can see the dress, the design is slightly different. Now, can you find the difference between one part to other part? Very difficult. My discriminative knowledge will not work. But if I gain enough knowledge, I can see. I can clearly show the difference. What about this? Absolutely no difference, right? For our gross eye, there is no difference. But if you gain enough knowledge, you can find difference between two similar objects. You can find n number of differences. It is beyond logic, right? This logic is like, now we know the weight of Earth, right? Now by modern science, we know what is the weight of Earth. Suppose 100 years before or sometime back, if somebody says, I can weigh the Earth, will you believe? You'll say, no, impossible. Because if you want to weigh something means you need to have a weighing machine. How will you put Earth on a weighing machine and measure? So you cannot find the weight of Earth. We always say with gross logic, but by modern science, by mathematical calculation, we found the weight of Earth. So which was not logical sometime back, which when we gain enough knowledge and how to do calculation, that has become logically right. Now I can find the weight of Earth. So the logic has a boundary. If we increase the boundary, enlarge the boundary, the new logic we will understand. But as of now, we don't have that capability. So that special knowledge you need, when you get this discriminative knowledge, you will get special knowledge. That is of sevenfold. That means 7 stages are there in that discriminative knowledge. What are the 7 stages? In stage 1, you will know all that is known to be known is known. If a yogi reaches this highest knowledge, he will have the 7 stages. All that is known to be known is known. That means he knows everything. Whatever he has to renounce, he would have renounced. He is not attached to anything. No desire will exist. All that needs to be done is done. That means he don't have any requirement to do. He simply sits in samadhi. He don't want anything to do. All the suffering, sorrow, dukkha was gone. All kinds of fear is gone. No imaginary knowledge. Everything is truth. No imaginary knowledge. So what is that? How to get that 7-fold discriminative knowledge? That's the next question. Now only here it comes. Sustained practice will remove impurities and wisdom radiates. 28th Sutra, he says, you need to practice continuously. If you do yogic practices, what will happen is, you see the chimney here? You have the black dirt. When you start practicing yoga, this chimney, the dirt will be removed. It becomes very clean glass and the light inside radiates. This is what happens to us. When we cleanse the mind, the soul inside will blossom. That is explained in 28th Sutra. 29th Sutra talks about 8 limbs of yoga or Ashtanga yoga. Sustained practice. Practice of what? He said practice of yoga. Then what yoga? Then he says in 29th, it's a 8-limb yoga or Ashtanga yoga. This is the first word, Ashtanga yoga comes here. Now this is Ashtanga yoga, which is the 8th step. Ashta means 8. Yoga, we know. We have a lot of definition about yoga. You assume whichever definition is close to you, you can have it. Now, this Ashtanga yoga, you have 8 steps. So, first is called yamas, niyamas, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Yamas means they are the social ethics, how I should behave with the society. Niyamas means personal ethics, how to behave within me. Then you have techniques to control your body, asana, pranayama, to control your breath, pratyahara, controlling your senses, dharana, focusing or concentration, dhyana, the focusing or concentration become single pointed. Samadhi, you merge with the object of your focus. So this is what it travels from yama niyama to samadhi. This is what it will go. This is Ashtanga yoga. So what we have seen up to 29 we have seen. We have seen here drashta drishyam connection, 20 to 23, then role of avidya here, 24 and 25, then the discriminative knowledge, 26, 27, 28. In 29 only, the Ashtanga yoga starts. You can see here, after Ashtanga yoga, 29, all rest of the sutras explains about Ashtanga yoga one. You can see about yama here. Then it talks about niyama. Then how to overcome obstacles when you follow this social and personal ethics. That is explained here. Then you can see benefits of yama, benefits of niyama. Then you can see here asana. Asana, you have only 3 sutras, 46, 47, 48. And you have 5 sutras for pranayama, 2 sutras for pratyahara, withdrawing the senses. So we are starting here with yama. 30th sutra, 2.30 talks about social ethics. That means yama, how to behave with the society. How should I behave? I should follow ahimsa, non-violence. I should follow truthfulness. I should not steal somebody's property. I should follow celibacy. Now again, celibacy, you have a lot of meaning. We take only celibacy. Brahmacharya carries a lot of meaning. And I should not be greedy. I should not gather more than what I need. This is called aparigraha. These are the 5 things which constitutes yama. There is something called niyama, personal ethics. What personal ethics means? Personal ethics means cleanliness. What should I do with me? I should keep my body clean, the mind clean. Then I should have contentment. The second one. The first is shaucha, cleanliness to the body and mind. Second is contentment. Third is tapas. Tapas, again, we have a lot of meaning. Whichever meaning you have, you can understand that. Tapas, it's an austerity. Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means we have seen self-study, studying the self-reflection. And Ishwar Pranidhana is the surrendering all your action in what you do or to the highest, to the God. They are called niyamas, personal ethics. Now, when someone follows this, if you are a sadhaka, if you are a spiritual seeker, then you need to follow this yamas and niyamas all the time. Wherever you are, whichever country you are, wherever, whatever age you are, whichever habit you have, whichever religion, whatever it is. If you follow anytime, every time, everywhere, then you are called as Mahavratan. That means you are a great being. But anybody who is in the spiritual path has to follow yamas and niyamas. But when you try to follow the social and personal ethics, a lot of obstacles will come, right? It will not allow you. You want to follow non-violence for one day. Can you follow non-violence one day? Very difficult, right? You start getting angry. overthinks, you got steady negative feelings inside you, you're making yourself suffering. That is also not, that is also violence, right? Non-violence means you should you be loving within yourself and outside. When you try to be like this, you get a lot of obstacles. How to overcome the obstacles? It is mentioned in these 2 sutras. So they are very, very important sutras. We can talk about 1 or 2 hours about this. Your mind is thinking about negative. What it says is, in a gross way, you think about the positive. It is not actually that, but that's the gross way we can say. If it's like this, you can see here, my mind is pulling towards all my negative habit. I am this red color, the cartoon. I'm finding it very difficult, right? My mind is pulling. I'm just trying to keep myself steady, but I'm unable to do. If you do follow yoga practices, the second picture will happen. The mind may start pulling you, but you simply at ease, you will handle the situation. Now this is like programming your mind, reprogramming your mind. You know this advertisement, what advertisement does? Every time they put an advertisement, they are sowing seed inside you. They are trying to attract you. They engage the pleasant, beautiful celebrities and try to connect with their product so that this product will remain so attractive, pleasant in your mind, so that whenever you go out for shopping, you buy that. This is, there is a concept behind it. This Pratipaksha Bhavana can be explained. We can make you to buy anything. If we give a very good ad, if we start doing a lot of pleasing things to you for a certain period of time, your mind start liking this. Now, this many governments, many countries have used this programming, to come out of smoking. Now they start pasting all this picture, right? Why they are pasting this picture? The moment you see the picture, we have put a very decent picture. If you take a picture of a cigarette packet, now it is like a horrible cancer. Now, why people have put this picture is, the moment you see the picture and start smoking, then after a long time, slowly the aversion will come inside your mind, because unconsciously your mind starts feeling unpleasant by seeing this picture. So this is how the reprogramming of the mind can happen. This is a very deeper topic. Okay, we just seeing like things in the menu, we are reading it out. Now, from 35 to 45, Sutra talks about the benefits of yamas and niyamas. What is ahimsa? When you follow ahimsa, that means non-violence, then enmity will vanish. Around you, there will not be any enmity. People will start loving you, feel the vibration of your love around it, so enmity will vanish. If you follow truthfulness, if you follow whatever you say you follow in your life, then whatever you say will come true. You become so powerful. If you utter a word, it's like the siddhi. These are all not imaginary picture. These are all called powers or siddhis, which is possible when a yogi reaches the higher level. So whatever you say will happen. Asteya. Asteya means non-stealing. If you don't steal, if you're not interested in somebody's property, then all the precious things will come in search of you. Brahmacharya. If you follow celibacy, that means if you store your energy, you can divert that in a different way so that you feel like wherever you go, the doors will open. You will be successful, whatever you do. You create a kind of energy around you. We say ojas, tejas, all those things, so that wherever you go, the success will come in search of you. Non-greediness. If you start living based on your need, not your greed. You have seen these yogis, many yogis, they start just have 1 or 2 cloths. They keep on walking. They will not stay in one place. They are not bothered about gathering things, because if you gather more, you have to spend more time to maintain it. If you keep less amount of things, less number of things, you can save a lot of time. So non-greediness, non-collection of things, if you do, you have more possibility to understand yourself. Now the niyamas. Niyamas. What is the by cleanliness? If you keep your body clean, the distaste of the body. If you start keeping your body clean, The sutra says you will create aversion on your body. This seems to be opposite. But if you logically think, if I want to take everyday bath, that means what? Are you cleaning your table every day? You can miss 1 or 2 days, nothing happens, right? But if you are cleaning your body every day 1 or 2 times, means the body is so dirty, right? The body is so dirty, then only you are cleaning. If that wisdom comes, you will start having aversion with your body and other bodies. If you keep clean your mind, then you can have darshan. You can have the vision of your soul. Santosha, 42nd, talks about contentment. You know, this is also, contentment means not laziness. Contentment means being happy with what you have at present. Today I got 100 rupees, I'm happy about it. Tomorrow I may get 1000 rupees, that is different. Whatever God has given to me, I'm so happy with this at this moment. I will start working to go beyond, that is different. But today I'm happy. Whatever I got, I'm happy. This is contentment. Tapas. Tapas means you make use of your body. Use your body and you reach a higher level. You torture your body and mind. It's not a torture. Externally, it looks like that. Tapas means like you make use of your body and mind so that you extend this withstanding capacity. If people do tapas, they can stay, they walk on ice, they can stay without, without food for so many days. So all those, the internal powers will be gained. Swadhyaya. Now, if you do Swadhyaya, then your favorite god will come to your rescue. If you start asking question, what is this, what is that, keep on pondering about something which you do not know, suddenly you will get the answer. So the sutra says, your favorite god will come to your rescue. If you do Ishvara Pranidhana, then Samadhi will happen. They say, if you surrender yourself to the God completely, you get into the Samadhi. Samadhi is the ultimate meditation. The climax of meditation is Samadhi. So these are the benefits. Just we are covering with one line. That's it. Now you can see here we finished here. Yama Niyama benefits. Now we start about our favorite sutra. Like everybody like. What is asana mentioned in Yoga Sutras? 3 sutras are mentioned about asana. The first sutra talks about definition. What is asana? Asana means whatever posture you are getting in, you should have stiram and sukham. You should have stability and comfort. You can see the kid doing asana. No tension. No tension in the body. No tension in the face. Very comfortable. Very stable. This is how the asana should be. If you are not comfortable, if you are not stable, means you have not perfected the asana. Then you should not try it. Try something lower. Don't try higher posture. Try lower posture. If you become steady and comfortable, you can move to the next. So asana means that posture which gives comfort and stability. How to do asana? Or how to get the stiram and sukham? How to get the stability and comfort? It comes by practicing regularly. You should practice with persevering effort. That means it will not come in the first day. When you start practicing regularly, then the resistance will loosen up. Initially, body will not obey, right? After a long time, the body will listen to you. Whatever you want to do, the body will do. So the resistance will come down and you will reach infinite possibilities. We always say Adisesha, the god, the serpent god, where Mahavishnu lies. We take Adisesha as example because you can see a picture above Adisesha. The Adisesha is holding the universe. It is holding the universe in its head, and the Mahavishnu is lying on the Adisesha, and with complete stability and comfort, Adisesha holds everything. This is a classical example narrated by many commentators for Stiram and Sukham. What is the benefit? If I do asana, what benefit will I get? You will able to withstand the dualities of life. For example, if you do asana, the pain and pleasure, the capacity to withstand pain and pleasure increases. Earlier, you might be walking only for 20 minutes, half an hour. When you start doing asana, you can walk for 1 hour, 2 hours. You are increasing your capacity. That's the benefit of asana, is overcoming the dualities of life. Many things in the mind and body, you are able to, you can overcome all those things. Now 5 sutras about pranayama. The 49th sutra talks about what is pranayama. What is pranayama? Pranayama means breathing practices. It contains inhalation, exhalation, and hold. Only 3 things. We always say why pranayama means extension of prana. Prana means life energy, ayama means extension, or yama means control, whichever you can use. That means I am controlling my breath. You can watch the chart. You know, the turtle is breathing only 4 breaths per minute. The lifetime is 250 years. The mouse is breathing 120 breaths per minute. Lifetime is 3 years. This is how the breathing exercise or the pranayama will do good to us. If you increase your breath very long, your number of breaths per minute will come down. See, for human being, 15 breaths per minute, the average lifespan is 80 years. Suppose you reduce 15 to 12, you can see you can live for 120 years. Can you hear me? Sorry, I'm getting frequent power cut. Very sorry.
Yes,
So,
sir.
yes, thank you. So the purpose of pranayama is to reduce your number of breaths. Now, normally we have a shallow breath, right? You watch, very shallow. Only upper part of the lungs are used. If you do pranayama, you will use the whole complete part of your lungs. Complete inhalation, complete exhalation. By this, you can increase your lifespan. So the 14th sutra talks about what is pranayama. So pranayama is regulation of breath, which should be practiced after perfecting the asana. Once you have mastered asanas, at least some asanas, you know how to do it, then start learning pranayama, the breathing part, breathing exercise. So the 50th sutra is how to do pranayama. How should I do the breathing practices? The pranayama should be done based on kala, desha, and sankhya. That means according to the time. See, winter you have to do some pranayama. You should not do that in summer. Summer you are doing certain pranayama. You should not do it winter. According to the climate, according to the conditions you are living in, you have to do accordingly the suitable pranayama. The number of rounds, how long I should do, that is also accordingly I should select. And the pranayama should be long and subtle. You should have a long breath and very subtle. If somebody keeps a flower, little flower inside beside your nostril, the flower should not move. That much very subtly you should breathe. That's the ultimate thing. Anyway, all of us should try to do that. But that subtle the pranayama should be. So that is mentioned in 50th sutra. Now 51. 51 sutra talks about the 4th aspect. The 3 aspect is inhalation, exhalation, and retention. 3. What is 4th one is when you start doing pranayama practice, you will enter into a stage called breathless stage. That means you don't know whether you are breathing it or not. Maybe like you will be taking 1 breath in 1 hour. Very long, right? 1 breath in 1 hour, only 1 breath. If you become like that, you become a yogi, you get into samadhi. So you go beyond inhalation and exhalation. You go beyond your breath. That is called the 4th aspect, which is called Kevala Kumbhaka or Chaturtaha, that state. What is the benefit of pranayama? Benefit of pranayama is all your impurities are removed. You can see the picture here, like sun is there, the clouds are blocking the sun. When you do pranayama, the clouds will move away. The sun will come out. So your Purusha, it's a good practice to remove all the impurities. So 53 says, what happens if you remove? When the covering is removed, the mind becomes fit for concentration. Only if the clouds are removed, you can focus your mind on anything. Now, last 2 sutra talks about pratyahara. Pratyahara means withdrawal of senses. So, definition of pratyahara is given in 54. What is pratyahara? I have 5 senses. Everyone has 5 senses. This problem is all with the 5 senses, right? Unable to control my tongue, unable to control my eyes, unable to control everything, all the 5. Now, pratyahara means withdrawal of senses. If I want to meditate, my senses should not go all the way, right? I should be able to control the senses. That is the definition of pratyahara. What is the benefit? if I do pratyahara, what will happen to me? I will gain mastery over the sense organs. So this is the traditional picture where we put to understand the senses, mind, and all those things. The horses are the senses. You assume there are 5 horses. The 5 senses are equivalent to 5 horses. The mind or buddhi is the rope controlling the horse. Sorry, mind is controlling the horse, and who is done by Krishna, the buddhi, which controls it. The soul is Arjuna on the chariot. The chariot is the body. So if the buddhi, the rope, or the driver of the horse, if the buddhi is under our control, the horse will go whichever direction we want it to go. If this mind intellect is not under my control, my senses will go in all directions. So but the purpose of all these things is to take the Purusha, Arjuna, the soul, from starting point to destination. This is the analogy we are normally, as a classical example, we use traditionally by all the commentators. So this is a flow chart which we completed. This is actually a 25-hour session again. So it is not fair from our end to cover everything, but there is no way. We can have just an overview. Just we have seen the menu card, what is there available. We have just read the menu card, but when we get into detail, we will be going through each and everything in detail. Now open up for question. Any questions?
Sir, good evening, sir. Do we have some pranayama classes, like somewhere where we can learn how to do all those things? Because we do a normal, whatever is being taught, but I feel this type of pranayama which is told in Yoga Sutra, we need to do something more.
In Yoga Sutra, there is no technique of pranayama is taught. They only simply say the benefit, what is pranayama, what are the benefits. No classical method or technique is given. Maybe we need to approach suitable guru or acharya where we learn higher practices.
Do we have some pranayama class in?
No. In our ashram, we have the teacher training courses for therapy. We have advanced pranayama course was there, but past 2 years we have not conducted. Maybe we need to look into that. There is advanced courses there. We'll definitely let you know. If you are in any of our group, we will send the poster. Any course happens, we'll always send the posters.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, may I ask?
Yes, please, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you are telling all along this is a 25-hour course and things like that. So is that a separate course or is it part of this?
Yes, ma'am. From Monday onwards, we are starting. It's a 75 hours course, covering all the 4 padas, approximately 20 to 25 hours Samadhi pada, 20 to 25 sadhana pada, and 12 to 13 hours each for Vibhuti and Kaivalya pada. That's a detailed course. It's a 6 months course. Monday and Thursday, night 8 to 9:30 p.m. We are starting from Monday onwards. So in that, we'll be dealing each and every sutra in detail.
So that I think I've joined that course because this is my second day today.
Yeah, we also give all the recordings in that course also. When the class is over on Monday, Tuesday we'll send the recording link. You can attend live. If you miss also, you can go through the recording. Even if you attend, you need to listen many times so that the deeper concepts goes in. That possibility is there.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You can message me. Anybody interested in the course, you can message me. I'll send you the details.
Good evening, sir. This is Sanjay from Karnataka.
Yes, sir.
My question is, sir, that as you told that one, the Atma, this soul is taking the transformation according to the karma phala. So it will take, once it is liberated, it will be free from all the things. But how it is initiated, because once the soul is existing means it has to take the karma phala, means beginning it is a 0. Karma phala is 0. Then how it is taken? Because there is no action when it is created, the soul is created, then that time it is no karma phala. Once the actions are started, then karma phala will becomes for that one. So how do we realize these things, sir?
Perfect. Unfortunately, no human being has the answer to it, because they say in the text it is anadi. Anadi means no starting point. The same thing comes when the vasanas comes. We say karma, samskara, vasanas. When the first thing started, when we say when the vasana started, in one sutra it says It is anadi. Nobody knows when the beginning happened. You are telling what is the source of my creation? When I started my journey? Nobody answered. Nobody answered in the past, present. Nobody will answer in the future also. This, nobody knows the answer. If you ask me where we started, when the first being started, the first living being when started, how we gather all the karma, nobody knows. We have a technique. All the texts or Yoga Sutra talks about how to come out of it. The gross question is, when I got into this problem, why I am into this problem, there is no answer. But how will you come out of this? We have an answer. Every yoga techniques or many masters have given lot of tools how to come out of it. Maybe when we come out of it, we will come to know what are all those things, because it is there in Vibhuti Pada will come in a few sutras. It says, and Kaivalya Pada also it again the same thing concept will be touched. It says when you reach Mukti, very closer to Mukti, every life form will come in front of you. When you started, the journey started, what are the life forms you took, how when you was you are like plant, when you are an animal, when you are, all those things will come in front of you. It goes through, like you can see all your karma on a stretch. It is there. So it comes at a higher state. If you have simple intellectual understanding, no answer to it from anyone. That's a very good question. We need to think about it. Bonam, you also asked some question.
I had the similar question as the previous one. That is, how come a Purusha can have impurity? Because Purusha, we say, is the ultimate, the creator, right? If that is
No.
what is Purusha is.
Nowhere it said Purusha is having impurity, ma'am. Purusha is covered with a cloth, impure cloth. That is mind. See, the chimney is there, the light is there. No problem with the light. The chimney is so dirty. That's why the light is not unable to come out. So this layer, the impure layer, that means the mind is there always. The mind will not go. When I die, the mind will go. The gross brain, I will leave it. But the essence in the mind, I carry it. Subtler body, I carry it. So this Purusha is always covered with this dirty mind. When you start cleaning the mind, the Purusha shines. That we call ultimate cleaning, we call as self-realization. That means the Purusha is free from all the impurities. Purusha don't have impurity. Purusha is covered with impurities.
But so in that case, when a person die, he will leave out his body and mind, and only the Purusha will take the next form, right?
No.
So,
How you see kids at 5 years, many kids were seeing so much memory power, so much talent. At the age of 10, 15, they become so famous. Somebody is good in drawing, somebody is good in mathematics. From where they are gaining? It's all old samskaras. From previous birth we carry. We leave only the gross body here, ma'am. There are subtler bodies we carry within ourselves. The soul goes along with subtler bodies. When it gets birth also, it comes with those body. And again, those software, our old karmas, everything is downloaded. It starts acting. That's why every one of us is unique. You take twins, two people born in the same home, but still they are totally different. Can you show any one person same as other person? Everybody is different. How everybody can be different? That's the thing with samskara. See, you may suffer with one thing. Same thing comes to me, I may not suffer. The incident is same. The life happening is same. How one person is not suffering, other person is suffering. These are all due to samskaras. My old storage house, I bring. Whenever I get birth, I bring. Why we are all here in yoga, in Yoga Sutra? This is also we have done in earlier samskara. We can go and watch film, right? Watch some movie, watch something, go and do something. Why we are sitting here in the class? This is our samskara. We earned it in previous janma. It is attracting us. I am pulled towards here because of my old habit. Not old habit means this janma, all the previous janmas.
Sir, this is Hari Prasad. I have one question.
Please.
So, just now you were saying, right? We sitting in this class is the result of our previous karma. Now, is it that we are doing everything or whatever we are today is because of previous karma, or do we have a choice here? Like at this point, is it a choice that because of which I am here, or it is because of the karma I am here? Or like what how is it mixed in that way?
If we give a knife to you, you can do many things, right, sir? You can cut a fruit, you can kill someone also. If I give that knife to an animal, what it will do? It will not do anything. This is where our buddhi plays. We have the capability to decide our future, but the problem is we are not aware about it. See, let's see like this basic thing. All of us know what is right, what is wrong, right? All of us know what is right, what is wrong. How many times we are following what is right? Are we following every day, whatever it is right? I know I'm doing wrong, still I keep on doing. Is that so with all of us? Whatever we eat, right from eating, right from many, many things, I know I don't want to do, but still I end up doing. Now you tell me, what is that pulling you, making you to do? This we call a samskara, means habit. This comes from this birth and previous birth. But if I am conscious about it, if I am aware, I can control this. This is what yoga does. When you start doing yogic practices, slowly you see, you can control your body. Now morning it will not wake up. After doing some 1 month practices, morning the body wakes up. Body listen to you. The body is having its habit, you are breaking the habit. Similarly, whatever good we can take, whatever we don't want, if we are conscious, we can take things in our hands. We have all the possibility to decide our future. We are not like toys programmed and asked to function. The program is there to some extent, but most of the extent, we are left unprogrammed. That's the reason we are striving to do something. Like we are striving. Why every guru says, do this practice, follow this, follow that? Because there is a possibility. So they are telling, if there is no possibility, why people have to say, do yoga or get into spirituality? No need to say. If everything is predetermined, what is the use of me being here? I can be like an animal. I have all the possibility, but only if I am willing. If I am not willing, if I close my eyes and live in utter ignorance, I will not have possibility. But if I am willing, if I open my eyes and see with awareness, I can equip myself in such a way, I can do only what I want to do. What is right, I will do. My mind will listen to me. I can equip my mind in such a way, my mind and body can always listen to me. That is 100% possibilities.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any more questions? Anything related to last lecture also? Samadhi Pada, Sadhana Pada, anything? We are having just a glimpse. So please bear with us. We're just touching and showing the connection. How the flow is there, what are all things covered, that's it.
Just a quick question. So the body houses the soul and the mind. Is that am I missing any other main, characteristic of body? I mean, in terms of like, what is the sole purpose? Like, I know Purusha sees through mind and experiences everything. And mind is housed inside the body. And through senses and everything we explore, and that's the reason I'm understanding that we are saying like the car example, we are saying I'm not the car. So same thing, we are saying I'm not the body and the mind. I'm just trying to understand if there is, did I miss anything, like other than this, is there any other purpose just to give the experience, right, from a Purusha's perspective?
You understood rightly. The body is like a peel of. The fruit is there, the peel is there. What is the purpose of peel? Is to protect the fruit. The fruit cannot come without a peel. So this is the peel of the body.
Okay.
So the fruit is inside. The fruit is Purusha.
Purusha.
Your understanding is right.
Yeah, thank you.
Any kind of question?
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir. Yes.
Namaste, sir. Mind is a set of thoughts. And where exactly the mind is located? Can you elaborate that particular aspect of mind? Is it available in every cell or inside or outside?
Yes, sir. So there's two mind. One is the universal mind. Universal mind means it is everywhere. It is not in my access. The mind, what I carry, it is in my access. We call this as chitta. In the English, we say generally mind. The mind is a common word. It is used. We say it is chitta. We'll come to the parts of the mind. So what normally we say is, the brain will say, right? Mind means we point here because there is an organ called brain. There only all the thinkings are stored. But when we say chitta, it is there in the whole body. That means who is instructing the heart cell to behave that way? There is a heart, kidney, liver, all those things. Every cell, each cell in the heart only behave the way the heart wants to function. The memory is there. Every cell in the heart have its own memory. Every cell in the kidney has its own memory. We call that as the word mind in yoga or our philosophy. We say it is throughout the body. They say genetics, whatever your great-great-grandfather had, your grandfather had, your father had, all those many characters, many features we also carry in our body as well as in the character mind. How this is coming? Because the body remembers. The body from gene, the body remembers, including the complexion, including the appearance, many things we carry, right? So we say mind, chitta means it is throughout the body. And our body has a lot of memory. Every cell in the body has its own memory. When we eat the food below the throat, what we are doing? We are doing nothing. We are chewing and swallowing. After swallowing, who is driving all these things? The food goes to the stomach, then to the small intestine, then up to large intestine. It passes through all the area, finally comes out. Who is doing all these things? Lot of memory, lot of internal program is there. We call that as mind, as chitta. So chitta in yoga have three things: buddhi, ahamkar, manas. So what is buddhi? Buddhi is intellect, which will say this is right, this is wrong, compare, think. We say that is buddhi. Ahamkar is my identity. Identity means whatever I am an Indian, I am a male, I am a yoga teacher, whatever you say I am, in that area only the buddhi will go. Manas means it is a data. Manas is data. So I'm talking to you, I'm seeing all the pictures, names of people who are attending. These are all going and storing in one place. This is called manas. So the all memory, whatever my five senses are experiencing and whatever it is passing through, all that is stored in a place called manas. In that manas, the data is a manas. In that buddhi comes and pick up. It picks and process something. That is called intellect or the buddhi. Ahamkara is the boundary. I keep a boundary. Inside the boundary only my manas will work. So this is called buddhi, ahamkara, manas. But beyond this, there is an area of chitta which is like an ocean. All the yogis, if they do meditation, they get in touch with that chitta. By that chitta, the empty space is connected to the mahat, which we call as universal intelligence. So by that way, we get access to the entire universe. So this is how in yoga philosophy we see the mind. It's not easy to answer it. That's why we have shown that chart, right? The evolution chart. That we will be explaining in detail about the mind there. But this is just want to say about 1 or 2 lines about it.
Thank you, sir. Sai Ram.
Thank you. Thank you. Any more questions? So Wednesday we are conducting always the doubt clarifying session. Request whomever is possible, you can participate. You can either listen to the question and answer going on, or if you have any question, you can always post it. If you don't know the answer, we'll try to find and give it. Whatever we know, we'll share. That's Wednesday, every Wednesday, 8 to 9:30. So those who are interested for our 6 months Yoga Sutra course, you can always let us know.
Sir, tomorrow do we have that Vibhuti Pada session? Same
Tomorrow
time?
we have. Tomorrow we'll have Vibhuti Pada overview, and Sunday we'll have Kaivalya Pada overview. With that, we are covering all the overviews.